Tonight, Disney confirms some bold new updates for Magic Kingdom Park and beyond. What's coming and what do we know so far?
Plus, the latest construction updates, Piston Peak, Rock and Roller Coaster's Muppet Makeover, Tropical Americas, and more.
And later, we'll take a closer look at some rumors and where Imagineering is steering the future of the parks.
This is the State of the Kingdom Address, a quarterly report on Disney Parks and Imagineering. Clear, trustworthy, and just a little idiotic.
My fellow Imagine-idiots, the State of the Kingdom begins right now. Well, hello everyone. I'm Katie, and welcome to the first ever State of the Kingdom address. This has been on our bucket list for a long time now, and I'm so excited and it's finally happening. And I'm joined by my fine co-reporters today, Stephen, Marissa, and Jenny. Hi, idiots.
Hello.
Hi.
Excited
welcome.
for this one.
Welcome to the broadcast.
I was trying to think how do reporters greet? I guess they don't. They just say,
Coming to you live from under a blanket.
Back to
I'm
you.
Marissa.
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Well, yeah, Katie has been pushing for this since before season 2, I think. So it's definitely long overdue. And moving forward, we're planning to do an address like this once a quarter. And it's really a chance for us to report on the progress and challenges and the future of the Disney parks.
Our regular seasonal episodes focus on evergreen content, but we've noticed that the latest news and updates in the parks and Imagineering world can be scattered and kind of hard to follow. From the very beginning, we've never claimed to be a news podcast, but as we evolve, we saw an opportunity to create a clear, organized quarterly update that brings all the major developments together in one place.
And that's really the point of this series. Once a quarter, we'll bring you the big picture in a way that's easy to follow and easy to digest. Each episode will focus on 3 key areas: announcements, construction updates, and rumors. So you'll get a complete snapshot of what's happening across the parks. And our goal is really to keep you informed and up to date while giving you the perspective and clarity you expect from us.
And of course, because it's us, it'll still come with a little bit of fun along the way.
You know it.
But before we jump in, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Idiots Imagineering. We've got a ton of exciting new things in the works leading up to the premiere of season 4, and that's where you'll see it first. So go hit that follow button and stay in the loop.
All right, Marissa, let's get into the announcements.
Alrighty, here we go. Well, Disney dropped a few surprise announcements the week leading up to D23 that we already touched on in our predictions episode, and we will circle back to those later. So for now, let's dive into Destination D23. As we all know, this isn't usually a major announcement event, but we still did get some exciting sprinkles of news. Since we're a Parks and Imagineering podcast, we'll focus just on the park updates, even though plenty of other announcements came out of the event. So let's start off with what I think is the biggest announcement from the event: the Walt audio animatronic figure being added to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. The artwork shows it to be very different from the look and setting of the Disneyland version. It will be portrayed as the 1964 Wonderful World of Disney version of Walt in his blue cardigan, where he was discussing the Carousel of Progress. And there's been no closure date announced yet, and Disney has confirmed that the family will not be removed. But we do know that the finale scene is going to be updated. So, Jenny, we know this is concerning for you.
Oof. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous. We'll see.
This is Jenny's favorite attraction of all time.
It
In case you're new here.
In case you're new here. And
Yeah.
I know you have some concerns about the voices.
I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I'm worried just that if the final scene is updated, you
Mhm.
know, obviously we have some narration issues to go over. So just a little bit worried, but that's okay. You know,
It's progress.
Yeah.
It sure is.
You guys are on that carousel.
That's right. I think this is it was unexpected. I know there had been rumors about this, but I thought they were just like very far-fetched.
Mhm.
And they kind of dropped it out of nowhere. And so like at an unexpected time during the event. So I'm very optimistic for this. I think they know what struggle and challenge they have ahead of themselves based off of a lot of the feedback they got previously in Disneyland. And it's an incredible animated figure. I think there could be some tweaks on the face, and hopefully they'll figure that out. It's a different face of Walt Disney. It was a different time period for him. So hopefully they will work with that and give us a different version.
I'm excited that they're doing it Walt from the Wonderful World of Disney. I feel like that's so perfect to have him there, seeing his masterpiece finally in its completion. So it's kind of
and
sweet.
It's nice that it's just a different scene altogether. So now I have to get to Disneyland to see theirs, and then when it opens in Carousel of Progress,
I really appreciate that.
I don't mind I don't mind sharing things with the other parks, but I think there has to be some difference to it to make it worthwhile. So yeah, I agree with you guys on that one. And haven't they done before narration like updates with people who have died on rides? So maybe it won't be so bad.
They may figure a way to pull it off. What's his name? The voice of John or father?
Oh, Gene Shepherd?
Yes. And he unfortunately passed away. So
yes,
without him, it could be a different experience.
I know. Well, I hope not. He just has such a warm, memorable voice. I think he's so perfect as John. So I don't know. We'll see. And World of Frozen at Walt Disney Studios Paris will be opening in spring of 2026.
Paris is getting some love.
Paris has needed it.
Yep.
I think this has been in the works for a long time. We've been hearing about this World of Frozen at the Disney Studios there, but excited to see this. I was able to see the World of Frozen, well, not the World of Frozen, but the Frozen portion of Fantasy Springs, which was incredible. So this being its own Frozen land, I'm excited to get over there and see that too.
Yeah. I went to Disneyland Paris 2.5 years ago, and it's just, especially that park in particular, it's just lacking anything. They've got like 3 rides, and that's pretty much it. And I feel like it just is kind of like a half day or maybe a morning even park. So I think this is exciting that they're getting a whole new like area and world of it. And obviously Frozen is a huge draw for the Disney crowds, especially the younger crowds. So I think this is going to be wildly successful for this park. I think it'll go over well.
Agreed. Maybe it'll pull down the wait times on Crush's coaster, because that's where I'm going to be.
Fingers crossed. That's where I need to be all day, every day.
That's what makes it not a half park, is that I'm riding that all day long.
True. I'm in line for it all day.
Yes.
I was going to say, you're waiting for it all day long.
Yes. And if you've not been on it, go on it. It's amazing. Just wait in line. And some exciting news. We're getting a new palette for the Cinderella Castle. So back over on our side of the home park, Cinderella Castle is returning to her original look. The updated paint will feature grays, creams, blue, and touches of gold, aiming to enhance the castle's architecture. Yes.
I'm excited.
I didn't realize how much I missed that look until I was looking at the pictures.
Yes.
I'm like, it's time.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the pink.
I think the one that we have now, it's been fun. It was fun. Like, I remember the first year of it, I was like, this is different. This is cool. But then it was just kind of like, well, it's not the classic.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that we're going back to that. And I'm excited that it may be a little bit different in a way that still looks classic, but updated.
Yeah. I think it's their way of giving us a little something that's like, okay, we hear you. We know you want a little nostalgia. So we'll give you a little updated version of it to cool your jets for a bit.
I haven't seen any feedback on this that was negative. There were people that said, I do like the current one, but everybody was kind of excited about it. Everyone was understanding, and I think this is the right move.
Well, then a bunch of us, and I'm going to include myself in this, was like, well, if we're doing this, are we bringing back the Christmas dream lights?
What I was just going to say, like, are we just going to sneak that in next? Is that the next announcement coming?
What if they just light them up? They don't tell us. They somehow get those lights on like overnight, and
that would be impressive if they could pull that off. I think those lights are probably gone forever. I think we'll probably never see that again, but we can be optimistic.
Hey, we know they borrow some of our ideas. You can borrow Marissa's idea.
That's true. We're manifesting it for sure. But
I mean, we all know the Osborne spectacle of lights is going to come back in some capacity, right?
It sure is, on Monstropolis.
Bring it all back. Yep, exactly.
Well, next, let's talk about the area that we were expecting would get a lot of updates, but instead got very little information. Villains Land. It was announced that Imagineers have been traveling around Paris and Barcelona for inspiration, studying Art Nouveau architecture and design. I thought we would get more. I thought we would get a name at least, maybe more information about what the attractions and restaurants and shopping might be like, but we didn't get that. They did give us a little bit of insight that Disney legend and former animator Andreas Deja, who is best known for animating icons like Gaston and Jafar and Scar, has announced that he will officially be consulting on the project. So that's really good. And he stated that he's excited for this to be a place where villains interact. And he even showed an old drawing of his where Jafar was inviting Maleficent to a dance. And he said, I wonder what they're saying to each other. So that gives me this really interesting thought about the angle they could do here of their interactions, because we've never seen that before. So that's cool. And then they did reiterate that there will be 2 major attractions as well as dining and shopping. So it's a really good sign that they've reconfirmed that and they're not cutting anything back from what they originally stated at this point.
I think this project is very, 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 very early in development. I think they probably announced this at D23 when we went, probably pressured, I think, from Universal, it feels like.
I agree.
Yeah.
And this maybe wasn't fully fleshed out, but knew it was going to be approved and greenlit. So let's just announce it anyways.
Right. I also think out of everything they've announced, maybe ever, this is going to be scrutinized more than anything else. So they know how secure they have to keep it until it's right. So I think we're going to get little nuggets over the course of the next few years, very slowly rolled out. But yeah, I think the way that they really gave us nothing is proof that this is going to be under wraps for a while.
Yeah. Sometimes I hate that social media is such a presence nowadays, because it is a great exposure to these things, but also it gives everyone a platform to say, I hate it and this is the worst. And so I feel like we're not going to get any of those tidbits until things are really, really ready, so that they don't get the negative reaction from it.
Yeah.
Pipe down, people.
But that's good. They need that pressure, and I'm hopeful.
I am. I just want to judge it when I'm there. I want to stay optimistic, and then
once I step inside of it and become a villain, and then if I'm judging it negatively, that's just me being a villain. So
exactly. So it fits the
It's kind of what they wanted.
Yeah. Yep. Well, staying in Magic Kingdom, starting on September 15th and September 16th at Shanghai Disneyland, Tron Light Cycle Run gets a limited time Tron Aries overlay with red and orange light trails and a 9-inch Snail soundtrack. The overlay will turn the coaster into a high-speed digital race, blending striking visuals, intense speed, and immersive sound. The Tron Aries film opens October 10th, 2025.
You know, it's great synergy. I don't follow these movies, so I don't know.
No, I don't either.
What this doesn't. I'm not connected to this in any way, but I see the idea of it's good promo for both ways.
Yeah,
it gets people to the ride and it gets people to the theaters.
Is 9-inch Nails doing the soundtrack of the movie?
Yes.
Is that why? Okay. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah, when they first announced it, I'm like, that's a really random choice. And then I was like, oh, they're doing the soundtrack. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to do it. I'd like to see it. I mean, it'd definitely be a different experience with the red and orange lighting. So
yeah. They didn't give an end date to this, did they?
No, but they did say it will be a limited time. So it's not going to last forever.
I kind of like it. I like those little brief updates they do to just kind of make it a little bit fun. Like we say, I guess Rock and Roller Coaster is a good example, is that didn't get any real love or updates for a bit, and now we're changing it out completely. But I would like to see more stuff like this.
Yeah. If it's and this is probably fairly easy to do, just to change some colors and some music.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Change those light bulbs out. I'm on it.
And moving on to the Disney Destiny, artwork was revealed for a new meet and play character encounter with Dr. Facilier. He can be found in the Grand Hall or his parlor, performing card tricks and sleight of hand for guests.
Steven,
I think that's interesting.
Cruise? That sounds fun.
That's so... What'd you say, Katie?
Did you book your cruise yet to go?
You know this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
I feel
You've been waiting for him to get some love.
He's been needing some love. Ever since they left him out of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I've been on a campaign to justice for Dr. Facilier. And I think this is really cool because in my mind, I'm picturing this as he's not only just a character performer. He's like a magician, and he's like an actor that's like completely embraced this character and is living this Dr. Facilier life. And so I'm just imagining him walking around and like luring you back into his parlor to like do real magic things with you. So
like a very interactive experience.
Yeah. It's not just like you wait in line. Like he comes to you and finds you and takes you on this journey through the ship. So it's cool. It was an interesting and kind of surprising announcement they dropped in the middle of the villains panel that we thought was going to be all for the land. So
yeah, but I guess it just shows that they're putting more effort into villains in general and strengthening that side of it. So
good for you, Disney. More Dr. Facilier all the time. So overall, that's pretty much the Destination D23 parks announcements that came out. It was very small. What are our thoughts on this? Did we expect more? Did it hit the mark of what we thought?
I did not expect more just because there wasn't a specific parks panel. I didn't think we were going to get a ton of information on it. So this is, I guess I got villains panel under what I thought we would get, but everything else is actually over what I thought we would get.
Agreed. So I think they were trying to reiterate that this is a different experience than D23 fan event in Anaheim. And I think they were trying to manage expectations there. And
I'm not mad about that.
No, it is a different event. This is I feel like Destination D23 is more just like serious fan driven, and like it's more about just kind of immersing yourself in the Disney culture instead of these big high profile headlines like you're going to get elsewhere. So I think they achieved their goal here, and I would have liked to hear more, but we'll get it. We'll be there next year. The room's booked.
Yeah.
So
I like that it makes D23 more. It makes it more of like the golden ticket event,
right.
And then these are all just little overlays that are still, like you said, fan service things.
Yeah,
for the true Disney fan.
Well, outside of D23, there were a few other announcements worth mentioning. One is a little bit less direct, but in the latest episode of We Call It Imagineering that dropped last week on YouTube, Imagineer Zach Ridley confirmed that Disney Abu Dhabi Park will be a, quote, castle park, and they will incorporate elements of the water into the design of the castle. So I thought that was very interesting. That's the first time they've actually said those words about it. So
what does that mean?
So it means it'll be like Magic Kingdom or Disneyland. Like it's going to be a traditional, like it will, like any park that has a castle in it, it'll be that type of park.
Have we gotten, remember that was a very abstract looking rendering. Have we gotten any more updates?
There's nothing new. It's the same like ice looking artwork that we've seen. I think there are two different images that are they've released on the abstract ice looking castle. So I don't know if that was just kind of a placeholder or what it's going to look like, but he did say it's going to incorporate water elements. So that could be ice.
Interesting.
So I think we got a ways to go, like Villains Land, before they start releasing concrete details about it. So, but I like that little nugget we got out of the YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And finally, I don't know why I said it like that. And finally, Disneyland Paris is permanently switching Ratatouille the Adventure to 2D, along with some new props, digital enhancements, and a new queue scene when it reopens in spring 2026.
And I definitely think that's the right move, because anytime I have to put on glasses, I'm already like, okay, I'm going to be disoriented. So I think this is
I was curious why they decided to make that decision.
Yeah, that to me is, I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's probably like maintenance and upkeep and everything's a bit easier. And like the video, if they need to change things, probably easier too. Right? Yeah. Interesting that they would be going, I know you guys don't like the 3D stuff, but it's interesting that they're going, I guess, backwards in a technology theme.
Yeah.
So I wonder how these additional props and digital enhancements will work.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if it'll happen at Epcot if this is successful.
I support that because 3D is just too much.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the maintenance and like the extra stuff and just get rid of the headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think about it like when I go to the movie theater,
I hate
the
it.
last thing I want to do is see a 3D movie. If it's the
yeah.
best time, if it's got the recliners, I'm still not going. I'll do anything. I'll go to a theater that's 45 minutes out of the way to avoid having to put those real D glasses on my face.
Yeah.
But I don't
And it's
Sit
one
there.
thing to have them for 5 minutes, but it's another thing to have them for 2
Sit
hours.
on there for an hour.
Well, I think that's why I don't mind them in the rides. Like, I don't mind putting them on a ride. Like, I'm fine with that. But a movie, I'm like, absolutely not. It gives me a headache. I need to.
Oh, yeah.
Just, no, take my eyeballs out.
No.
Okay. Well, on that note, now that we've covered the latest announcements, let's take a look at where the parks are digging, building, and transforming. So I want to start first with one of my favorite mountains, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh, yeah.
We got a first look at the new Rainbow Caverns concept art coming to Big Thunder. And full track replacement has been completed and everything is on schedule to reopen in 2026. We do not have a confirmed timeline, but the construction permit extends through April, so we're expecting it to be at least spring or a little bit sooner.
I'm really excited for this one.
I'm excited!
Yeah,
I think
it's time.
I'm going to guess March. I think we'll see it in March
for spring break.
as a reopening.
Oh, yeah.
Easter.
I think they're
when
going to
is
do it in
Easter?
time for spring break.
Actually, when is Easter next year? I will find this out.
Easter's the first weekend in April. So
okay, then I think you'll have it probably the last 2 weeks of March.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be really good. I think this is an attraction that's always been loved, but just needed some new paint on the barn.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what they do with it.
We talk about this all the time. That like the Disneyland one is so great, and it's just like these little tiny enhancement changes. So it doesn't need much.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just zhuzh it up.
A little zhuzh on this show. Well, zooming on over to Piston Peak, Cars Land. The Rivers of America has officially been drained and the refurb walls are up. I know some of us are having a very hard time with that. But however, as of last week, there's still major visibility of the area across from Country Bear Musical Jamboree. And as far as we can tell, there has not been any construction work on Tom Sawyer Island yet.
Yeah, I'm still seeing those same drainage pictures.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video on this the other day and they went like in depth. It didn't really expose anything that I wasn't aware of previously, but it did get me really excited for it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's definitely going to be different. And you know, it's Magic Kingdom, so it's hard to touch that. But I think this is going to be fun. I wish we had more information and details because I'm actually really looking forward to this now.
I think it's going to be fun. If you can suspend the sadness for a minute and just see it as something new, and it just seems like it's going to be cool. Like it's a very original take on Cars, and I think that was the right move.
Oh, did I discuss it with you guys? They were talking about the potential cars, like these ATVs that are trackless ATV cars and stuff like that. That's what they were showing, like the technology that they could use. And it's like very early technology, like whatever they're implementing. So it was like interesting to see. And like, because it's not as much of a large area, like these tracks are going to go like under and over and around.
Right.
Lots of like dropping and jump like up and down. So
I think that's cool. I'll be interested to see what the ride vehicle actually turns out to be because they have shown a lot of trackless ATVs. And I'm wondering how that's going to work in Florida where it rains every single day at 3 o'clock. So
that came up.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see because obviously they're thinking of all of these things of like, how do you keep these rides in operation? We've seen what happens at Epic Universe when it rains and you've got 3 rides left open. So I think that's always on their brain. And I think Disney's probably got a leg up on everybody on that.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, leaving Magic Kingdom and heading over to Hollywood Studios, let's talk about Monstropolis.
Ooh.
The Stage 1 company store, Muppet store, has been completely demolished. It is gone and moved out. The demolition started around August 1st, and by August 17th, it was out of there. There's no trace of it. Now, also in doing so, the Miss Piggy fountain has also been entirely removed, including the entire pathway and stonework around it. It is just dirt. The Monsters fountain from the concept art is now obviously going to be a completely new fountain. I thought maybe they would just remove Miss Piggy and put a new like icon or eyeball or whatever that thing is going to be, but it is leveled. So
Maybe Miss Piggy
it's
is fully
definitely
coming over.
that's a good point. She
I
could be
hope
moving
so.
somewhere. Maybe my thought is, what if she's moving into the launch area of Rock and Roller Coaster? Like she's in that
Oh my
alleyway.
God, that'd be so
So
cool.
What a
I think
fun
that would be cool
surprise.
to use
That would be
her in
cool.
that way. People would freak out over that.
Die.
So
Yeah.
that's just something that I was thinking, but I don't know. But exterior work on the surrounding buildings are having scaffolding go up, and we think that's probably only going to be cosmetic and theming updates. They'll just repaint it and make it on brand for the Monstropolis theme, and then there's really no other word on an opening time frame. But I feel like the work is happening really rapidly.
Yes.
So I'm hopeful that this transition could be happening faster than we anticipated. The fact that that entire building's already gone and the whole
Yep.
ground is ripped up makes me feel
Mhm.
like they're on a mission to get this going.
Mhm.
But what I'm most excited about is that the land is actually expanding the footprint of the park. So the foundation work for the 103,000 square foot show building for the Doors coaster is underway, and it's taking over a good chunk of the cast member parking area. And I was hopeful we would get a little bit more information about the coaster at Destination D23, but I think we're just going to have to keep on waiting. But it's important to note that this is one of the biggest show buildings in all of Walt Disney World. The only one that I think is bigger is Cosmic Rewind, and it's like
Oh,
twice as
wow.
big. It's over
Mhm.
200,000 square feet. But everything else, like Rise of the Resistance, is smaller. So I think that they're really going to pack in a cool experience in this massive building that's really adding to this tiny park. So
Yay. I
we'll
feel
see.
like out of all the announcements from last year's D23, I feel like this was the most fleshed out and like really was close to like
Mhm.
coming together. Like this probably was in the works for quite a long time before they announced it.
Right.
So I, I obviously we're sad to see the Muppets leave, but I think they probably thought what is going to give them the most like bang for their buck and ability to push out and expand it if they needed to, and it just makes sense. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
well.
And this is something fans have wanted forever.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
This Doors coaster
Yeah.
has been rumored and speculated for decades, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they were smart because it is the fan service, and it kind of it helps that we did lose something that people loved, but it helps that it's something that we really want, because it
The
could have
only
been
thing you can
something that
replace
nobody
it.
wanted.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Right.
the only thing that
Uh-huh.
they would be okay with.
Exactly.
But then they're also keeping us happy, and they are giving us the Muppets in another form
Yeah.
that I think
Right.
we'll be
I think
talking
they
about in a bit.
knew if we're going to take this away, we got to
Oh, yeah.
give it back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And I think
Yep.
as far as moving as quickly as they are, that's been a half day park for a while. And they know
Mhm.
that. And I
Yeah.
think, they want to get this open as quickly as possible. And
I also think they are aware that we have noticed how long it takes them to do things
Yeah.
in comparison to other places. So I think they're probably trying to make a point there
Yeah.
and saying, okay, hold on, we'll show you. We can do this. We can turn
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah. But going back to what Jenny said about it being a half day park, I think Monsters Inc. land, and then obviously having a Muppets overlay, like all this stuff now makes it genuinely a top tier park because they have a whole
Oh,
Star Wars
yeah.
land, a whole Toy
Yep.
Story land. Now Monsters Inc. Like this is
Yeah.
Yep.
this is a
The
day and a
new
half. park,
magic of
maybe.
Disney animation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
You
be
still got
Sullivan.
Tower of Terror. You've got
Yeah.
Muppets to see because that's going to be new for everybody.
And
So
you still have Star Tours, which is
You've
a
always
fan
got Star
favorite.
Tours.
Always good.
Good
you
old
still
Star
got Indiana
Tours.
Jones Stunt Spectacular. So
Oh, man.
Ooh, thank you.
but you'll still have the vacation shorts of the
Yes.
where you can meet
Mhm.
that potato
Yeah.
in Potato Land.
Well, speaking of Indiana Jones, on that note, the Tropical Americas, Puebla Esperanza. So the first thing to note is that Dinosaur has officially been announced to close on February 2nd, 2026, to make way for that Indy ride. And additionally, the Boneyard closed 2 weeks ago, back on September 2nd. So things are moving and shaking over there as
Mhm.
well. This is probably
Yeah.
the second most action, I feel like, after Monsters Inc. Land, construction-wise.
Yeah.
And Disney has confirmed there will be a new kids play area, but it's unclear where. And permits show the walking path to the left side of the entrance to Dinosaur will be reworked. So it's likely it could go over there. Also, Dino-Rama has been completely demolished, so work walls are surrounding the area, featuring the concept art for the new land. So that's nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like Monstropolis, the footprint of the park has been expanded to make room for the new Encanto attraction. And speaking of that ride, it's not expected to be a boat ride or a trackless ride, but Disney has still not confirmed what that ride system is actually going to be. So we don't know a lot about it, but
I think it's going to be an Omnimover. That's my guess.
Yeah, I feel like it has to
Mhm.
be.
And it
I'm
could be
excited
one
for that.
that kind of breaks off like Journey into Imagination or
yeah.
People Mover, where it's not a fully connected train like Haunted
you get
Mansion or something.
Maybe it's like
Mhm.
Avatar and you get to fly on your spirit animal.
Oh, yeah.
Never know. But Disney has confirmed that the land will be completed in 2027. So that's not a lot of time for an entire
I
land.
know. That's really, at this
Yeah.
point, it's less,
Mhm.
well, 2027 will be here in less than a year and a half, but
And it could be
the
like
end of
December
it.
Yeah.
31st.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but,
So,
you know,
never mind.
it's 2.5 years tops. They got to turn this baby around. So I'm also wondering if they'll open this in phases, if, you know, they have
No.
had this time
Good
to start
point.
working
Yeah.
on everything else. And now that Dinosaur
hope
won't go
not.
down until next year, the Indiana Jones will be like the last thing that opens. But we'll see. They might just be anxious to get some things open and get people on that carousel and seeing the area. So we'll see what
Yeah.
they do.
I also don't think we're going to get like the villain stuff. That's another reason why I think that's so far down the road is like they have so many projects that
Right.
are ongoing right now. Like how much construction
Mm-hmm.
can they do at once? How many
Mhm.
people do they have to do this? So I don't know.
That's a good point.
A lot happening.
Well, we've talked a lot about our side of the country, and let's head over to Disneyland for a minute. Avengers Infinity Defense at Avengers Campus is fully underway with construction. This has been a long time coming. I feel like we have been hearing about this attraction for years. But Imagineering has shared that the foundation has been laid and the building has started to go vertical, which is great news. And we're still awaiting more details of the attraction storyline, maybe, but I'm speculating that it might contain some MCU spoilers, and that's why they're not telling us. I think there's a lot coming up soon with the Marvel franchise that is going to be surprising and shocking, and that could be inside of this attraction that they don't want us to know. So that's my optimistic way of thinking. If that's why they're not telling us, not because they don't know.
No,
Because-
I think you're probably right.
Mhm.
I don't know anything
Yeah.
really about Marvel, so that thought didn't cross my mind. But
yeah.
once you brought that up, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that is a really good point. And didn't they
Yeah.
have like, what's that? Robert Downey Jr.'s back.
They've
all
got
that stuff's
Doomsday
back.
coming out, and that's it's
Is
already
that
kind of
gonna be
confusing
Gonna be like a
what
new
he's going to
Avengers
be,
type
and
of thing, like a series
yes,
with that.
I don't know. It may be they haven't
Okay.
said much, so we'll see.
He
But
was
yeah,
hanging out with Iger, so
right.
maybe they were discussing his role.
I think this is going to be a scoop ride attraction, which is kind of
Yeah.
like Spider-Man. I think you're going to get that type of experience, maybe like the Peter Pan attraction at Fantasy Springs, where they direct you at what they want you to look at based off of the ride vehicle they showed. I think that's what we're going to get, but once again, time will tell.
Yeah. Well, heading back to the East Coast, there is still no closing date for the current Rock and Roller Coaster, but we know that the Muppets version is opening in 2026. So I would suggest riding it any opportunity that you might have because it could come swiftly and unannounced. And we discussed the newly announced details on our Destination D23 episode a few weeks back. So check that out if you haven't already. It does feel a lot like the current storyline of a band that will be late to a concert and having to rush through the streets of LA to make it on time. But we're expecting more updates from Disney in the coming months to put the final pieces of the puzzle together.
I don't think we're the fact that we don't have a closing date and the fact that we don't have like any insight. I don't even think we're going to get track updates. I think they're literally going to put out the new
I do too.
VHS tape, pop it in. Let's get this show going.
They've really got 1 year to turn this out.
Yeah.
And we don't even, and it's not even closed. And if they just announced Dinosaur to be closing in February, closing it even sooner than that is like, are they going to do that? Maybe. You never know. Sometimes they could tell you it's closing in 2 weeks, but I think they need to hurry.
So we thought Dinosaur was closing last year, and we all ran to the parks to ride it.
And we got a whole extra year on that.
Yeah,
one.
I couldn't go because I was pregnant, so now I've got time.
Yep.
You don't
I don't think they've got. I don't think they've got time on this one.
No.
So they need to shut this down yesterday to get this up to the quality that we're expecting.
It's time.
How long has Big Thunder been closed?
It'll be a year, and if it goes into March, it'll be about a year and 3 months.
Okay, so a year and 3 months to basically update a track and give it some bells and whistles. We're not getting any of that. We're getting it.
I don't know that the track's going to be redone.
We're getting.
Yeah.
Does the track need to be redone? I think all they need to do is change out some of those cardboard cutouts that we fly through.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. A lot of they may be keeping those. They said you're going to fly through the streets of Hollywood.
So the donut sign?
So I'm wondering if they're just going to spray paint like some graffiti on it, like Animal was here or something. So I'm hoping that they add some. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just the same ride.
Because with that attraction, the queue to me is the most like immersive. Going through the recording studio and all that, that's like the most immersive part. But once you get to the coaster itself, it's...
Is that even going to change? Because if it's still a records, like that's not even changing.
It's still G-Force records.
They're just going to throw the Muppets in there.
Yeah.
Like Katie said, put in a new tape and
push
try
play.
again.
Push play.
Right.
This is one of those we're just going to have to judge it when we see it.
Yep, we're waiting.
Interesting.
Patiently.
Okay.
Impatiently.
And Animation Courtyard and Disney Junior will be closed next Thursday on September 25th. Star Wars Launch Bay will be no more, but the revamp will be restoring the animation studio style to the building with drawings coming to life. Drawing lessons are back, a short film in a small theater, several character meet and greet locations, and an Alice in Wonderland themed kids play area. The Hollywood Studios arch will be removed and replaced with Walt Disney Studios signage that creates a more open and inviting entrance, along with a sorcerer's hat returning to the park. This one will resemble the style of the Roy E. Disney Animation building in Burbank. Now, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think this is a huge step in the right direction for the park. So no word on what will be going into the Disney Junior soundstage, but it has been confirmed that the Little Mermaid musical adventure will remain open during the renovation.
I think you're right, Jenny. I think this is a huge step in the right direction for this park.
This is one of those times where it feels like we're going back in a good way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It also gives me hope that maybe they're not going to change the name of the park. I thought we've moved so far away from studios, but this puts it back.
Yeah.
Because it will be Walt Disney Studios back in the park. So I think that Disney Junior soundstage, I think they're going to, I don't know, but I feel like they're going to put that show that they have at Disney California Adventure that everyone's raving about with kind of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse characters that are singing and dancing, full character performers, not puppets. But people are loving that show. All the parents are liking it just as much as the kids. So that'll be fun to see if that's what we get there.
I think all of this is a step in the right direction. I agree with you guys 100% on this. I'm so excited for this. And it keeps its studios. Now it's like kind of a cool representation of everything Disney's become, because you'll have this, which is like the traditional. And then you go down to Pixar area, you go down to they purchase Star Wars. Like, this is great. Good job.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm never gonna let this die that we've manifested this on multiple episodes.
Yeah.
We really wanted this to happen.
We
so
did. I wish Amanda was here tonight, because I know this is like a big passion for her too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyone listening, you can thank us in the DMs, you can thank us in the comments, but we did this for you.
Full credit for this.
We did this for us, and we did this for you.
Yeah. Well, I want to stay in Hollywood Studios, and I want to talk about Smuggler's Run, Mandu and Grogu. So quickly, it has been confirmed that the Mandalorian and Grogu will debut at the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run on May 22nd, 2026, the same day that the movie comes out. So this will be an upgraded and more interactive role for the engineering role in the experience. I know that I'm alone on this ship, But I love Smuggler's Run. I think it's so much fun. I
do
love
love
it.
that
I love
ride.
crashing it
do.
into things. I don't know if people love that I'm on their ride with them, but like I love it. I love crashing. I love all of it. I love the Star Wars. Give it to me. And
Well, I've never gone to be the pilot, so maybe that's why I
Well,
don't
that's your
like it. I'm always
problem.
sitting in the
Maybe,
back
I've
pushing
only ever been the
buttons.
pilot, but
Yeah,
I
same.
have been traumatized, and I've told this story before,
True.
but I did it as a single rider
You
once,
ruined
and I
someone's
ruined
experience.
an experience
Yeah.
for a group of friends, a group of 5, and me as the random pilot. And I'll never forgive myself. I'll never forget how
Do you
I
want to tell
felt.
them? Do you want
I
to
was
tell the
left in
listeners
tears.
again?
Well, let me tell you. So
I
apparently,
told this story recently, but it never gets
apparently
do it
old.
again.
there's
new
some
listeners.
way that you can activate something called Chewy mode. And so I
Chewy
hear them
mode.
talking about it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. So then I get in the smuggler
Cockpit.
falcon, the cockpit, that thing, and
Smuggler's
the
Falcon.
smuggler's falcon, and I'm in there, and I'm the first one in, so I'm just by myself awkwardly, and I'm just like, well, let me just push some buttons. So I'm pushing buttons, and then they tell the cast member, and they say, hey, we want to do Chewy mode, and the cast member says, oh, you can't, he already pushed the buttons. And they were like, oh man, and I was humiliated. I had no idea. I just wanted to like e-stop the thing and get out of there, but I had to sit there through the whole ride, and I'm not a good pilot, so I'm crashing it on top of it, so their experience is probably doubly ruined at that point. But I walked out of there, and they were trying to be like nice to me and like not make me feel like I had just ruined everything and
But you
potentially
did.
their entire lives, but I
Yeah,
ran
but you
away
did.
and
Yeah.
hid from them after
Those
that.
people
I
probably
definitely
waited
did. So
4 hours. They probably waited
Forever.
4 hours
they
to
did.
get on that. And
Yep.
you just walked
And
up
then
and
here
you're
comes
single
single rider
rider.
Steve.
Just
I need to go get on
press the
YouTube and
button.
find out what Chewy mode is.
I don't know,
It
and I'll
does,
never
yeah.
know because I'm never going to ride it again.
Well, they'll never know either.
And they'll
Will you-
never know
yeah.
either.
Will you ride it if the idiots fill the car up? If we fill the
Yes,
Yeah.
but we're going to
smuggler's
need
falcon
one
up?
more
Yeah.
person.
It will be
taking
nice
an
to
odd-
our single rider.
We're
Yeah,
taking
that's true.
auditions to be our
Yeah.
single rider.
Yeah, reach out to us if you want to be the 6th.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, I need to just say that we got a new video by May 22nd, 2026. So that's some
That's
pressure
true.
on the Muppets to get their videos ready. You have to
That's
May.
true. Switch that video over by May 22nd.
Press play.
Wow.
Well, I think that covers all of the major construction projects currently underway across the parks. From new lands to refurbishments, the parks are a changing fast, and there's a lot to keep track of.
But announcements and construction aren't the only things shaping the parks. There are also plenty of whispers, speculation, and industry chatter that gives us a sense of what might be coming next. Let's take a look at some of the rumors that are making the rounds.
Will Monsters, Inc. laugh floor sunset in the coming years? Disney has confirmed the show at Monstropolis will be a new show. So are we thinking this will mean the end of the laugh floor? As it won't make sense to have 2 Monsters, Inc. shows on property, right?
Probably not, but they better
Uh,
fill that area up if they're just going to leave a bunch of empty buildings around.
Yeah. That's a good point. And you're bringing me into the next rumor. And I'll tie these back together, but the next rumor is, will Space Mountain get a major update? The attraction is 50 years old, making it the
Jeez.
longest surviving coaster at Walt Disney World
And she's
without a
perfect.
full renovation or retracking. So something has to be done. Like
Just
it needs to be
oil that girl up or something.
It's painful. Like it's a great ride, and like I'm never gonna not ride it.
Yeah, it's the
But
best.
I think they need to give it the love that they're giving to something like Big Thunder. And so
Yeah.
that brings me back to my point of, I think Tomorrowland is going to get a lot of attention in
I
the
hope
coming
so.
years.
Mhm.
I think it's now one of the most neglected areas of the park.
Yes.
And so I think after Frontierland is complete with Cars and whatever's going on behind it with Villains Land, we've got a new Fantasyland. I think Tomorrowland is the one that's the most discombobulated at this point, with the lack of Alien Encounter or Stitch's Great Escape, and with Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor potentially closing. There's really not that much going on over there. They have Tron, which is a great way to get people back there, but that's all they're doing, is they're going straight
Yeah.
back.
And
But
everything they've done has been so tiny, like the paint job, which I don't love, but that's okay. But then also adding the the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. The
Yes.
shooter's now coming off. So everything they've done, they've just been very little. And I think it needs a little more. It needs something more.
Well, they did remove that, what was it, the pillar or the post that was at the entrance of the People Mover? That was a big construction.
Oh, they did. The turnstile. They took out the turnstile. That was headline news on Inside the Magic.
They did that at Carousel of Progress too. No more.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, was that what
said
is that?
The attraction has Disney confirmed the removal of the People Mover. That was the headline.
That was some major clickbait.
They shout out to Inside the Magic because y'all know how to get people.
They needed those clicks.
They said, "Hold on, we're down for the month. Meet that quota. Put up something crazy." But the fact that they do that about every single post they do. So
they're like all caps, devastating news.
Devastating news. Walt Disney World closing forever. And then you find out that just means a bathroom that nobody used.
No, a garbage can. They moved this garbage can.
The garbage can was moved. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty neglected. It's actually, when you think about it, because probably Tron and Space Mountain are arguably the two best rides in Magic Kingdom, I would say. And it's interesting that and the Carousel of Progress.
Exactly.
And the Carousel of Progress. So it's home to all of the great rides and the only great rides in Magic Kingdom. So it needs a little love. I don't know. But then remember, we had canceled episodes where Tomorrowland and Disneyland was supposed to get all this love and affection and updates.
Stellara Vox.
Stellara Vox.
She's waiting.
Season 2, episode 3.
And we had the Lucas Park, the Lucas Film
Season
Park.
3, episode 3.
Yep, there you go. Are these really the episode numbers?
Yes.
You have them ingrained in your brain?
Oh, I have it memorized.
Oh, wow.
Wait, please sing Fly Me to the Stars, or what was
Fly me to, what was it? Race you to the stars.
Yes.
I think I passed you back in Mercury or
Why do I remember that?
Gonna race you to the stars. Stellara Vox.
Oh my God. How do you remember all of this? What do you do with your day off?
Brain.
With that
much.
Mick Jagger looking picture.
Oh my God.
I'm living in Tomorrowland.
Bug
where y'all
robot
are living in
thing.
the past.
Clearly.
All right, Marissa. What's the next one?
Well, what will the two Villains Land attractions be? Disney has been incredibly tight-lipped. Rumors are pointing to a Maleficent-themed outdoor coaster and a major dark ride featuring an assortment of Disney's iconic villains, kind of possibly using a scoop ride system like Steven mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I hope that's true. I think like what the animator was saying, Deja, I want to see the villains interacting in this ride, and I think that'll be a really cool experience that we've never had before. In no way do we ever see that as outside of like House of Mouse on Disney Channel or something.
Yeah. I want more obscure villains. I know that we have to do like the draw and where they have the most money in the movies and all of that, but I don't want a Maleficent themed coaster.
Maleficent?
I can't say her name.
Close enough.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad you made Marissa read that, not me.
I want the Yzma coaster.
That's what I want.
That's what we all want.
Yeah. That's the only villain that matters to me and Cruella. Otherwise, who cares about the rest? I guess Ursula. We can have water ride with Ursula.
It's Cruella's Dalmatian drop back from the season finale. Season 3, episode 25. One of Marissa's best works.
Yeah.
Bring that.
Well, our last little rumor tidbit piece we have for today, a quick twist to throw in from another company. So Universal recently was hinting at sailing into the cruise market. So Universal Destinations and Experiences CEO Mark Woodbury made some recent comments at an industry conference that have sparked intrigue about a potential new entertainment sector. So this actually came out in the OBJ, or the Orlando Business Journal, this week. So I don't know. Kind of interesting to see.
That would be crazy.
I would.
Yeah.
I would be, because, they have leveled themselves up to where I think they could actually pull this off.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a hit.
I just don't want SpongeBob to be walking around the cruise deck with me. Like, can we get like a more sophisticated like
Yeah,
creatures?
like
with things?
Patrick.
Yes.
Sandy
Actually,
Cheeks.
yes.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, Shrek.
That's
I'd
what
rather have
that's what I
SpongeBob
meant.
than
That's what I
Shrek.
Y'all.
meant. Yep.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah. Who else we got?
No, they would do like How to Train Your Dragon. They would be the minions.
Okay. I didn't want to say it until I looked it up, and I just looked it up. SpongeBob used to make appearances on Norwegian Cruise Line.
Oh. Well,
Breaking
see, they've already
news.
done this.
Yeah, so I was just
Breaking news.
thinking-
SpongeBob spotted a Norwegian cruise line.
SpongeBob getting
This
vacation.
just in.
The latest at 11.
Thanks, Marissa.
Jenny missed the whole thing.
Wrap it up.
I think the cruise, that would be very, very interesting and to definitely
It
give
would
Disney a
be.
run for their money because they have 75 cruise ships opening. So
Honestly, I could probably afford that before I can afford a Disney cruise. So I'll probably make it to the Universal cruise before.
I don't
Maybe the
think
Universal-
so. No, because I just was reading online. I was watching stuff about Halloween Horror Nights and all of the stuff for it. And they do now like this RIP package. One of them was like $500 a person. And then it goes all the way up to $5,000 a person with this other tour.
Oh,
With the RIP.
Oh,
like some
no.
RIP one with food or something like.
well, I mean, I guess you're right. Because when we tried to buy Express Pass for Epic Universe, it was over $300. It was way more than the ticket. So
I think they give you more value, more bang for your buck. But I think at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they're like, well, if Disney's selling tickets for $5,000,
Yeah.
we are too.
Why can't we?
We'll give you some
Right.
pizza and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. Well, let's see it, Universal. Show us what you got.
Yeah. Well, looking at everything underway, I think it's clear that we're entering a new era for Imagineering. The last decade had a lot of copy-paste approaches like Galaxy's Edge and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But now the projects feel more original and they feel purposeful and grounded in the parks themselves.
Yeah, and you can really see it in how the older attractions are being refreshed to feel exciting for new generations of fans, and Big Thunder Mountain's updates help it stand alongside other e-ticket attractions, keeping the thrill alive for everyone. So, and adding Walt to Carousel of Progress gives the attraction a new spark for visitors who don't have the nostalgia connection. Sorry, Jenny. I like to think everyone does, but probably side note.
Darn.
But while still offering longtime fans a reason to come back. And yes, it's a great place to still enjoy some air conditioning. Sorry, Jenny. But the fact...
Jeez. Ouch.
But the fact that it will be a completely different era and experience than the one that opened in Disneyland signals originality and thoughtful storytelling. So I think that's positive.
Yeah. Imagineering is focusing where it matters, which is enhancing the classics instead of always starting from scratch. These small touches like restoring the water dripping effect in the Tower of Terror boiler room or animating Nipper the robot dog again show the Imagineering difference.
Yeah, and it's not just about refreshing the old. Everything in the pipeline right now feels original and rich with story. Like Piston Peak works because it's a national park theme and it's blending seamlessly into Frontierland. And Tropical Americas it's fitting perfectly into Animal Kingdom, but it's offering a new kind of adventure. And I feel like these projects aren't just dropped in from somewhere else, from another park. They really have purpose and context and meaning.
And Prince
Vaughn. Prince Vaughn is returning.
Prince is they're putting Prince
Why
into
did
the
I-
Carousel of Progress. Purple rain. Purple progress rain. Progress rain.
I can't.
Well, Bruce Vaughn returning to Disney Imagineering, I think, is a clear indicator of this shift. And it does show how leadership really can influence vision. The team is listening and taking notes, giving attention to details that matter. Imagineering is evolving the parks in meaningful ways. And you don't always have to start over to create something that's top of its class. And these updates are really showing that.
And I think this is exactly how Disney competes in the long term. It's not about a knee-jerk response like adding a fifth park to chase competitors. It's about deeper roots, a richer story, and a more thoughtful approach. Every update, every refresh, every new experience is purposeful. It all feels like it matters because it actually does. And that's what keeps Disney at the top of themed entertainment.
And that is exactly what we aim to do with each State of the Kingdom. We show you not just what's happening, but why it matters and why the future of the parks is full of possibility. We're planning to provide an update like this once a quarter moving forward, so expect another one around mid-December.
Yeah, it's been really fun to step into this side of things and talking about current projects and construction while the parks are in such an active phase. And our usual in-season content is less about updates and more about Imagineering ideas. So this has been a different kind of fun for us.
And speaking of what's ahead, with spooky season right around the corner, we've got lots of tricks and treats lined up, and we can't wait to share.
Plus, once we get through October, we're rolling out something we've never done before. It's new for us, it's fun, it's interactive, and we can't wait to bring you along for it when the time is right.
I'm getting excited for that surprise. This episode has been a new fun take for us, celebrating what's happening now while looking ahead at what's next. Like Carousel of Progress reminds us, it's not about the past or the future alone, but embracing progress and creating a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, if you can dream it,
you can make a podcast about it. Bye.
Bye.
Marissa, you sound kind of like Delilah the way you talk.
No, it was a little sensual.
And tonight, are you experiencing heartbreak?
Do you want to request a song?
Yeah, Marissa, say that.
Give me a call.
Delilah.
Oh my God.
Someone tag her in this episode.
Oh my yeah, special guest appearance.
She's
Delilah.
here.
She's still, y'all, she's still recording. She's still on the air.
Can someone DM her and see if she'll be a guest?
Red will be left on red.
Red. We'll be on Reddit as the idiots who DM to Delilah.